The show started as basically a home movie that myself and Charlie and Rob and some other friends of ours to amuse ourselves in our downtime, and then it kind of snowballed into an actual television show. From the very beginning, we wanted to shoot multiple cameras because we like the idea of improvising. And one of our goals with all this is that even though the show is scripted, we wanted it to seem as if it wasn't scripted. We wanted it to feel like it was improvised.
What we try to do is, instead of calling it improv, which sometimes can get into people's minds of, oh, well, I'm just going to take something I think is funny and run with it. It's more of just ad-libbing based on the script.
From the original home movie, up until now, we've always shot the show on the same camera till this season, and we've made a change to HD this year.
And then our post-process, we're very hands-on, so we like to be in the editing room. We've built a team specifically in post that we really trust.
The show is it's obviously comedy-driven and dialogue-driven, and the legs of it are sort of the improvising that the guys do. I will go through and try many different ways to tell the same joke or to figure out the best way to tell the story. We will improvise sort of the way we edit a scene. It does allow for us to sort of have a sense of freedom and be able to enjoy the process of being creative together. It's a lot of fun. I actually enjoy it.
We start editing when they start shooting. So we get dailies come in, by the day, and what's really cool about the responsibility they give us, and also both Josh and I like doing this, is we deal with a lot of the sound design. So we'll go through all sound effects, we will put all the music in, and even like from doors to everything, and it's really fun.
Those are barnacles. Do not eat those.
This show is unique probably mostly because of all the ad-libbing that the guys do. There's a lot of unpredictable dialogue. People are talking over themselves and each other and moving around in unpredictable ways, and it can be quite challenging. But the handoff of the audio from the avid media composer to me in the Pro Tools world is seamless. We use OMFs, and their effects and processing carries across. Their volume moves, their pans and things. They come to me with their tracks in pretty good shape. I then take those tracks and idealize them for broadcast, enhance them a little bit, sweeten them.
We wanted to switch to HD because obviously there's a big market in the Blu-ray DVD market, and before we were just sort of up-resing what we had shot. So we wanted to give the people who are buying the Blu-ray discs more bang for their buck.
To stay in standard definition, it's a bit of a dinosaur move on our part. It was time to change.
Going from standard def to high def and It's Always Sunny has been, more than anything, a psychological difference. Sunny looks a certain way. It looks crude. You know what I mean? It's supposed to look, like three dudes, total douchebags with a camera, shooting in a bar, catching their kind of idiocy. You know what I mean? It's really, that's what it's supposed to feel like. But that being said, the show looks, it looks amazing. And the world is moving in HD, so you have to kind of keep up with the times. But what's interesting is that we've kind of done a process of degrading the image a bit just to kind of give it the sunny look. When most people are trying to get their image to look better, we'll go in and kind of, I would say, dumb it down visually.
This year, Sunny and Philly went high def, so our workflow changed. The definition of online editor is changing. Before, online meant getting all the footage and putting it together as they did in the offline room. But now, we get the footage already in its final resolution, especially in the case of Sunny. We're not really assembling anything. We're not grabbing footage from dailies or anything like that. Basically, Avid Media Composer to Avid Symphony, that has been the workflow. Our timelines are identical. So my job now becomes more semi-VFX and tweaking and fixing, changes, drop-ins, titling. That's what's left for me to do. So it's compacted the workflow a lot, but it allows us to do way more than one thing in one day.
This year we went to a tapeless workflow. The first 5 seasons were basically all the same. We had to digitize as well as getting the sound effects and music. Importing to Avid instead of digitizing now, I'd say we've saved about 40% of our time. ScriptSync in the Media Composer is a very big part of our job on this particular show.
For us, having the ScriptSync available to us and being able to go right back to a section and have our marks of where there was improvising or where there was a good take or a bad take is invaluable in the process of this show, for sure.
And the way the assistants have it set up is great. I mean, it's very easy to find things. And it's probably a tribute to, you know, avid Unity and media composers that it's so easy to kind of get whatever you need to when you have a shared storage system.
I enjoy the total freedom of creativity, and I enjoy the collaboration. Obviously, with our example, we just went out and made something. But for a young aspiring filmmaker, you really just have to find a way, any way, to make something and then show it to people, and then you're going to make your next thing, and people will love it and hate it, but you just have to keep making it.